Well, New York is filled with women CEO and founders today. They're gathering to lead the next wave of innovation. And with me, some of the women participating in the Women's Startup Lab Women's International Showcase of Entrepreneurs is what's going on. Actually, not just in New York, but in several different cities today. And I know New York is one of the cities. So with me, Stephanie Houng, the founder and CEO of Bonmo, and also Stephanie Hon, the founder and CEO of Cadence, and Marie Berry, the founder and co-founder and CEO of Cara. Did I get everybody's title and everything right? Okay, very good. So, all right. So, Stephanie, let's start with you.
Yeah.
First, tell me about your company, and then we're going to dig a little deeper into just women entrepreneurship and what you're seeing out there. So
Sure, yeah. So currently, developing a marketing campaign is a very inefficient process. Traditionally, you would work with an agency, but as some of you might be aware, agencies are struggling recently because there's no transparency, it's costly, and it's very time-consuming. Bonmo is a collaboration hub that's specifically built for creative teams to assemble on demand for any given marketing campaign. We're building our team, our network right now with professional comedians to create the kind of marketing that people actually will enjoy. And we're building tools like our virtual writer's room to facilitate that creative flow.
Stephanie, tell me about your company.
Yeah, so Cadence is solving the problem of consumers curating their personal care routine that empowers them, but not being able to bring those specific hair, face, and body products with them on the go. So really, you know, how many of us have a reusable water bottle today? So we've shifted from a $2 single-use plastic pull and spring bottle to a $45 beautiful Hydro Flask or Swell. That is the same change that we are creating just in the portable personal care space.
Okay, yes, show us.
So yeah, these are our prototypes. Basically, no one wants their products leaking in their bag, and they want something beautiful and nice to bring their products with them. So we've created the next generation of refillable pods. So for example, you'd fill them here, really easy to fill. Patent pending pump, and so you can get the last bit of your shampoo, your serum out of the bottom.
Okay.
So creating a really personalized, empowering way to bring your products.
Well, that's true because we waste all this lotion and shampoo because it's just too hard to get. We're like, forget it.
Yeah, and these are made of recycled ocean-bound plastic, so they're really sustainable and they feel really great.
Okay, and then Marie, tell me about Cara.
Yeah, Cara is a marketing software. So here at Nasdaq and at Times Square, you see all the big brands that have to create marketing material for all the different channels and formats. And they also need to comply with brand guidelines to make sure that everything is always on brand. So meaning the color, logo, font, everything is always correct. And unfortunately, currently the process is very inefficient and chief marketing officers are not happy with it because it costs too much, it's not fast enough, and often the outcome is not up to standard, so it's not on brand.
So, and this is kind of what you're doing today, is just talking about your company and pitching to investors? Is that what you're doing? Networking? I mean, what's all happening today?
It's a little bit of networking, talking to investors, but also a lot of that time is also building the company as well. So it's really juggling all of these pieces all at once.
Right, and being an entrepreneur, I mean, no matter male or female, is like juggling a lot of stuff, and your head's always spinning around, and you're trying to figure all this stuff. So, and this is going on in cities all over the world, right? Like simultaneously.
Yes, it's starting all over the world. It comes to New York around 3 p.m. today, and we go off to Asia. So it's universal.
How does that work? So are you watching from New York somebody pitching in Asia, and then it just goes from city to city, and you get to see what everybody's doing all over the world?
Yeah, I believe that's how it's working.
Yeah. Okay, so you'll find out this afternoon, I guess, when you.
yes, exactly. It's great.
And this is the first time this has ever been done. It's the first ever.
Yeah.
Right. So.
And I think it's great that there is a platform that allows for female entrepreneurs to connect, because it can be lonely and very tough to be a founder. And no one cares about it as much as you do. So even though you have mentors, you have different people that are, of course, cheering you on. But I think having a support from other founders is really important. So that's why I think it's great that we have this in New York, but also then on a global scale.
Well, and you mentioned something interesting of being lonely, because I do know entrepreneurs have a slightly higher incidence of depression. And I think that's, a lot of that's because there's a lot of uncertainty involved. You are lonely. I mean, everybody's leaving you and you're still on your computer typing or getting whatever it is that needs to be done. Everybody's gone for the night. And so, I mean, there's a psychological thing in addition to everything else you have to worry about as an entrepreneur.
It's an emotional roller coaster, essentially.
Yeah, it is. Now, tell me about how you're seeing, as a female entrepreneur, how do you feel like you're being received by investors or when you're out there pitching your product and your company?
I do feel that you have to explain yourself a lot more. For example, I think in my situation, I'm not facing as much of a barrier because my co-founder is male, but I have heard stories where women have to explain, or sometimes they're being told by investors, you know, like, oh, do you have a male co-founder? You know, we would feel more confident in investing in you if you had a male co-founder.
I mean, I'm a single founder. I went to a talk a while ago and I heard, you know, this great male entrepreneur talking, and a woman asked, you know, why do you think female businesses are being funded less? And he said, you know, women, you know, will answer a question and say, you know, someone will ask, you know, what are your projections? Like, are you going to hit them? And women will say, well, I can't tell you for sure, but I believe we will.
Okay.
Which is right. It's the correct answer.
Right.
A man will say, absolutely.
Of course, right.
And it really shifted my thinking completely. We were just closing our investment round. And after that moment, I went into a meeting and I, you know, put my shoulders back and I was like, we're gonna hit, you know, 2 million revenue this year. And they were like, wow, that's great. And their reaction completely changed.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming and sharing this, and best of luck to you.
Thank you.
We'll keep an eye on all your companies and hopefully they all flourish. So, and thank you as well for joining us. We'll be right back.